Hey, it's just a test. Anyone can hear me? What's up? You gonna vacuum? It's fine. I don't think it'll pick it up. Maybe it will. I wonder if my VOD will be muted. What? No. What the hell's that? I don't use broadcast at all. Hello. Hello, everybody. One second, you guys. I need to save this. Okay. Turn this stuff back on. I am here. I just turned all this crap off. Okay. The chewing guy? The chewing thing? I have seen it. I don't know what the fuck it's from, but I have seen it. What is this animation for? Like, is it a movie? It's a game. It's animations for a character in a video game that I'm working on. This is a glide move he's doing. Sorry if you guys hear a fan. By the way, everybody, I recently purchased a Scarlett splitter. So I'll have a better mic that doesn't sound like shit. It should be here tomorrow. I'll set up my better mic because I have like 3 mics I have just like basically sitting around, but the problem is they have like, you know, the kind of audio jack that you need a splitter for. So I'll definitely sound better and less muffled. So I look forward to that. It's one of the reasons why I don't stream too often is because I hate dealing with like headset mics. You want to know more about the cards in Emerald Cops? What do you want to know? What Sonic game are you planning on playing next on Oni and G? The last game I played with Chris was Sonic Frontiers, and I played Sonic Forces. Those are the 2. Next time I visit Chris, I will probably play Sonic Adventure 2, because I didn't beat that with them, so I actually want to try beating that with Chris. And then Sonic 3D Blast, the PC release by Hut Games or whatever. That guy who worked on the game, he did his own version, the PC version of Sonic 3D Blast, which I think is really good. So I want to play that, and I'll probably play that with someone. I will say, unfortunately, when I visited LA, Zach was extremely busy. I was there for like 20 days. This isn't his fault, obviously, but he was super busy with work on, like, you know, stuff behind the scenes. So I wasn't really able to play games with him. There was one night where I almost was, but he was just like totally dead. So we decided like it was best not to record, and we just hung out. I mean, I hung out with him a lot, but we didn't record because he just couldn't. He was mentally exhausted from all the work he had to do. But I think next time I go out there, he won't be exhausted, so it'll be a little different. Alright, sorry I'm struggling with this hand. I don't know why I'm struggling so much with it. It's just a rough. I just need to get the damn rough out. Jesus. I don't know if this music's gonna copyright me. It's like 80s synthwave, but I think it's original music. Even so, I don't really care. God damn, this fucking headset. Stupid wire. Hate it so much. Do you get cards by defeating bosses? Yes, you do. The card system is basically this. I'll explain the card system. So the card system is similar to like Mega Man. When you beat a boss, you collect the move of the boss. And all bosses have signature moves, and when you beat a boss, you'll collect their move. However, there's a star system to the cards. So you get, the better you are with the star rating, the better the card gets. So unlike Mega Man where you were limited to like one move that never improved, this is like the better you do against the boss, the better the card is, the better the move is, basically. So the whole replay value comes in collecting all the cards with the highest ratings, and there'll be like different, I think there'll be different, like, there'll be stuff to collect, but it's not like a collect-a-thon, but there will be stuff to collect. And then there's like these things that you use to get like lore bits, so you collect stuff for lore bits. Because there's a story, but there's also an underlining story for other stuff. So I would say roughly the game is maybe a single playthrough, if you don't really care about anything, is probably around 6 or 7 hours. But if you try to collect everything, it's around like maybe 9 to 10 hours in one playthrough. But then there's going to be multiple ways to, like, you know, there'll be like a normal mode, and then an expert mode, and then beating the characters gets like you, like, nets you different dialogue. So if you play the stage with different characters, you'll get different dialogue stuff, and there'll be benefits for playing certain characters and stages. So it'll be a mixed bag, I think. I want to do something for post-game, because if anyone played Cult of the Lamb, there was no post-game after you beat the game. It was just kind of like, that's it, the game's over, and you're just like, really? So I think post-game is extremely important in games. Like, a game can be short, right? A game can be short, as long as there's more stuff to do that keeps kind of like the longevity to a certain degree. It could be longer. It could be like 8 or 9 hours. I don't know. It just depends on like how long it takes you to go through levels and beat bosses. How did I get into ska? I got into ska ages ago. I was pretty much just a normie listening to like what everyone else was listening to, like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. And then my friend was like, you should check out ska. And then we played this game called Skate-Er, which is SK8ER. And it had like Less Than Jake and Real Big Fish on it. And then we found out about them from there. And then like pretty much his brother was into like ska, but he was also into stuff like 311. So I found out about like 311 and like Arctic Monkeys and stuff from his brother. But he was also into ska, but he was into like the alternative stuff, like Mustard Plug, stuff you wouldn't normally hear on the radio. Like you would hear Mustard Plug, but it kind of like went under the radar. So I learned about like Mustard Plug and the Urge and stuff from his brother. Yeah, Arctic Monkeys are great. Sonic Adventure definitely did have ska music, but I was already into ska when I played Sonic Adventure. So that also did help my love for Sonic, because it was like, whoa, this Metal Harbor is like a ska song. Like the kart racing the stage. What's up, Bart Satch? Yeah, video game music is a huge influence back in the day, especially games like Tony Hawk, which like definitely introduced me to music. There was another game called Aggressive Inline, and that introduced me to a lot of uh, ska and punk bands as well. And you know, like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 with like Superman from Goldfinger. Everyone knows that, but Goldfinger had some other really good songs. But I learned about 99 Red Balloons. That's how I found out about Goldfinger. Is 99 Red Balloons. And then Superman was just sort of like a caveat. Thank you, Beatsaw. What's up, Hanker K6? I'm just roughing stuff out right now that I'll have to color later. This is the game process. You pretty much do everything in red so you can see it, and then you go back over it. Yeah, I'm trying to stream more. It's mainly just because I have a lot of work I need to finish. So you'll probably see me streaming more because I'm working on the game. It's just, I do this every day, so if people think like I'm not animating, I am. I'm animating every single day. This is the proof. It's just a little different the way these animations are. Who out of the cops would you kiss, marry, or kill? Well, there's only 3. I don't want to spoil the personalities though, so I can't tell that yet. I'd have to wait a little bit. I still don't know them personally. Why do you usually listen to background noise while you draw? For, I don't know. I like having stuff distract me. I feel like music is relaxing. When you hear music playing in the background while you're working, you can kind of zone out and just nod your head a little bit. It's good to have white noise. I think like, I know like there's like the old animator book where it's like, no distractions whatsoever, you need to focus. It's like, that's just stupid. I think everybody has their own style of doing stuff. Just no distractions is like, that may be how some people do it, but it's not how I do it. I need distractions. Damn this fucking arm. Oh, he said, what do I listen to? Whatever. I listen to Let's Plays, reviews, editorials, speed runs. I don't really listen to podcasts, believe it or not. Damn it. This hand is shit. Alright, that's good enough. Do you listen to hour-long videos of Rise and Fall or whatever? You mean like Sunny D1 and stuff? Or Sunny D2? Sometimes. By the way, guys, I saw Elemental with my girlfriend yesterday. I mean, it's not, you know, it's weird, right? Like, it's like, there's clear problems with it. It feels like a very weak story with lots of plot holes, and it feels like if somebody would have just been in the writing room and been like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, the biggest one for me is the fact that, like, elements never mix. That's just, like, stupid, because how can you live in, like, a big city with no mixing elements? Especially when the water people live within, like, glass buildings that, I guess, fire people built. It's just kind of strange. It's like, how the fuck do elements not, like, that doesn't, to me, that's, like, a very contrived plot. And then there's, like, kind of like this over looming gloom to the story that makes no sense. Like, if you've watched it, the whole thing with, like, their reason for, like, getting together is really stupid, and it's like something that any city ordinance would have fixed to begin with. I don't want to spoil it, but that's the gist of it. And this movie is about, like, like an immigrant coming to New York and essentially trying to fit in with prejudice, and but their whole prejudice is because they're, like, living in the past. Like, they're kind of like, just, they themselves are like old racists that won't grow up and evolve. I don't know, it's weird. It's weird to me that the marketing was so much about, like, another angle, that when you watch the movie, it's the complete opposite of what you think it would be. And it feels like if they would have made a movie, like, more colorful but also seemed more like adult in how they went about it, it would have probably been better. Because aesthetically, it's beautiful. It's a really beautiful movie, but it is just like a very mediocre plot. I think when all is said and done, though, it'll probably break even because I don't think it's going to fail. I think it'll get enough people in seats that it'll just make its money back and nothing else. Like, it'll break even. I have a hard time believing that it's going, because, like, when it came out, yeah, it was a flop. But when Puss in Boots came out, it also only made like 12,000 in its, like, first weekend. It didn't, nobody saw it, and then by word of mouth, next weekend it increased by a ton. So it's like, maybe it won't have the same word of mouth increase, but, if you're going to the movies, you're like, oh, I want to watch a movie for my kid, and here's something colorful. It's a perfect movie to put on for kids. I'll just say that. But yeah, my review is it's mediocre, but it's pretty to look at. I really don't think it was as bad as like I thought Lightyear was like fucking terrible, but I thought it was fucking terrible because it was like contrived and also like Zurg's reveal made my eyes roll and like groan. Like what they did with Zurg was insulting to the character. And the whole plot with Zurg and Lightyear in general was just really bad. Like it was just bad. The characters were bland. Just all of it was bland. It was just like very by the books, by the numbers. Like, I don't know. It never looked good. Nobody was ever hyped for it. I don't really know what they expect. I definitely think Elemental has more going for it than Lightyear, because at least it's fucking colorful. I don't even think Lightyear was pretty. I thought Lightyear was ugly. Extremely ugly, to be honest. There was nothing pretty about Lightyear. It was dull, like... It was a dull, lifeless plant world that they never left. Oh, the Kraken movie? Oh, that movie... I mean, let's be honest. That movie is the worst performing movie, period, that's out right now. I honestly think Haunted Mansion will probably be in the same camp. I think Haunted Mansion is going to perform just as bad as Kraken, because that's going up against, like, fucking Mission Impossible, Barbie, and Oppenheimer, and there's no fucking way anyone is even talking about that, because it looks ugly. Like, it looks bland. That movie looks like it's 80% darkness. Like, you can't see anything. Why wasn't that movie released in September? Near October? Why the fuck are you releasing Haunted Mansion in summer? That doesn't make any sense. I think they just sent that movie out to fail. And Ruby Gillman... I think Ruby Gillman's failed because... Well, you have to think of it this way. It was like directly competing with Little Mermaid, but then the whole trailer spoiled everything about the movie, so there was no mystery. I genuinely think if they would have made that movie, the name is dumb. They should have just went with what it was, which is Mermaids versus Krakens, and they could have done that. It could have been like, what side are you on? Are you on a mermaid, or are you on a Kraken side? Watch Ruby and decide, and then that could have been their thing. Could have been their fucking thing. The movie could have just been that. Krakens versus mermaids. But instead they went with this whole like, oh, I'm an awkward teen bullshit that nobody cares about. Yeah, I like Turning Red. I thought the friends were kind of annoying, and there were parts that I thought were like terrible, but overall I thought it was a good movie. It's just strange. I don't know. I feel bad when these movies underperform, but the Ruby Kraken one, that movie, I don't know. It's like you look at that movie, you're like, there was no marketing for it. The Venture Brothers movie finale, I didn't see it. I haven't watched Venture Brothers in a very long time, to be honest. I don't hate Venture Brothers. I quite like it, actually, but I just never watched it. Did I see the Mario movie? I did. I did see the Mario movie. I thought the Mario movie had terrible pacing. And I didn't care about the stupid family plot in Brooklyn. I thought that was stupid. Just the whole, like, Mario being like, I'm a failure to my father. It's like, that's dumb. That's a really dumb plot. But, I mean, it doesn't even matter what I think, because it's like, That movie made like $1 billion. That is going to be the best performing movie all year. Nothing is going to beat the Mario movie. Maybe, maybe Mission Impossible might get close or beat it because Mission Impossible is probably going to be like the most popular movie of this year because Tom Cruise is like, I mean, say what you will, but that dude is like overhyped because Maverick was like $1 billion movie, so people have really high hopes for Mission Impossible, and there's a lot of positive spin on Mission Impossible. So Mission Impossible will probably make $1 billion, and it may get close to the Mario movie, or it may beat it. But yeah, the Mario movie, it was all visuals. There was nothing of real like substance. But I will say the sequel to the Mario movie will be much better because you won't have this stupid shit where they have to go to Mario Land and Mario has to learn how to be super and eat mushrooms and all this other dumb crap. That will all be established, and I guarantee the sequel will probably have the Koopa kids, so you'll have a fucking metric shit ton of new celebrities to voice all 7 Koopa kids, and it'll be, or the Koopalings or whatever they're fucking called. I already know that's what it's gonna be. Yeah, no, it's like, why did Peach need Mario? She was completely capable without Mario. It just felt really weird. Like, she's like, oh, we need your help, but I can perform better than you can. Uh, I'm excited for the Mario movie too, but I probably won't see it because, um, I'll be in the hospital. And then I'll have to take care of someone for a little bit. So I won't be able to see the Mario movie. And Mission Impossible, the my theater is sold out, so I have to wait till next week for Mission Impossible. So I can't even see Mission Impossible this week. I have to wait till like next week. The problem with the Mario movie really is the pacing. I mean, honestly, that's what it is. It's like, I would have liked more Mario and Luigi, so you know the sequel's probably going to have more Mario and Luigi, and it'll be much better. Um, I thought like Luigi was sort of shoehorned into scenes, like it would cut to like a scene with Luigi for 5 minutes to be like, oh yeah, this character still exists, remember him? This is what they're fighting for. The ending was cool. Like, listen, I'm not saying there wasn't cool scenes. There was plenty of fun scenes. It was a roller coaster movie, is what they're called. They're called roller coaster movies, where there's lots of action, there's lots of fun. Illumination is very good at roller coaster movies. Okay, I watched Rise of Gru with my friend. We got really intoxicated and decided to watch it. That movie sucks, but it is absolutely a roller coaster movie. Peach isn't funny. I also think her voice actor is unfitting for Peach. Let me just put that out. I thought Mario movie was very safe and formulaic, but that's also why I made $1 billion, because it didn't have any like fucking messages or anything. It was just what you would expect for a kids movie. Oh, the Peaches song? I didn't really like the Peaches song, but obviously I'm in the small camp. I like Jack Black. I think Jack Black's extremely talented. But the Peaches song was literally probably him doing warm up in a recording studio. And he was just like ad-libbing the Peaches song. And they thought it was so funny they put it in the movie. If I was to guess, if that's my cynical opinion, that's how the Peaches movie song came to be. Yeah, roller coaster movies are perfect for kids. They're like just fun. Stuff is just always happening, and they go to different locales. Like that is what Illumination is like really fucking good at, is like roller coaster movies. I would also say Puss in Boots could have been a roller coaster movie, but they had like good character moments and stuff, and it was like, fun parts and like a strong narrative which brought it together. But it was still kind of like a roller coaster movie because there was tons of like different areas and locales they went to. But the Mario movie was just like, we got to fit in as much fucking references as possible, and that's what makes it feel like a Mario movie, because they went from Brooklyn, they went from the Mushroom Kingdom, and then they went to Donkey Kong Land, Rainbow Road, they went underwater, and then they went in the sky and all this other crap. They explored the Mario Land. Cranky was the worst voice in the whole movie. I'm just gonna put that out there. The little child Luma that was in the cage and Cranky were the worst casting ever. I hate hearing little kids in movies act because they're fucking obnoxious and they all sound the same, and I don't find them endearing. I find them grating. Because Elemental had that with like Claude, the little like shit, like that little kid. It's obnoxious. Like, I hate little kid actors. They're the worst. Why didn't they compete with Sonic at the Olympics? What? Ugh. It doesn't really matter what movie they could do, honestly. Like, people will see it no matter what. Like, if Illumination's doing it, people already know with the Mario movie that they're gonna see it regardless. So it doesn't even matter. Like, it could be any Mario movie and people would see it. Go real bold. That's one way they could do it. What Nintendo games would I want to see in a movie? Honestly, like, I have no idea. Mario movie is a given. Zelda, I've always kind of been interested to see how that would work. Um, they could probably make a movie with fucking Kirby. Metroid, I mean, yeah, Metroid would be interesting. Make a creepy thriller with Metroid. Smash Bros. Movie? I mean, that'd be insane. I don't know how they even fucking go about that. Except, I mean, they did do, like, Wreck-It Ralph. So I guess it is theoretically possible. Thank you, Weg64. Kid Icarus movie? Kid Icarus would be interesting. It's funny they did a Monster Hunter movie with the guy who directs Resident Evil, his wife, I forget her name, but she was the lead in that, and it was like fucking terrible. They could have made a good Monster Hunter movie if they had a better director. Weren't they working on a Metal Gear Solid movie? How's that going? I could have sworn they were. Metal Gear is already a movie? Well, weren't they directing a Metal Gear Solid movie? An F-Zero movie? Punch-Out? Punch-Out would be an interesting one. I feel like they could do Punch-Out. They're gonna get Mike Tyson? That would actually be cool. You get Mike Tyson to be in as the last fighter in a Punch-Out movie. Punch-Out is more like a cartoony Rocky. Because you have like you have like Glass Joe and like a fucking, like they're like cartoonish wrestlers. So it would be like Rocky, but a cartoony Rocky, so. I don't think they would make an F-Zero movie. F-Zero is one of those franchises that like people want, but they never will do anything with. Oh yeah, no. They would have to make Punch Out animated. If it was live action, it would look really corny and stupid, and kids wouldn't watch it. But if it was animated, it would work. Maybe. I don't think there will ever be an Earthbound movie. I bet once they finish this One Piece movie, they'll do like fucking Chainsaw Man or One Punch Man live action. They would never make Dragon Ball Evolution 2. Impossible. Dragon Ball Evolution was so bad, like, the director pretty much apologized after years. There'll never be an Evolution 2. It's like, that's just such a monumentally stupid decision. I think anybody wants to touch that with like a 10-foot pole. There's a lot of movies I could see like, oh yeah, that, but that, no way. Yeah, I mean, like, if we didn't get Evolution, we wouldn't have gotten Battle of Gods, and then we wouldn't have gotten Beerus and Whis and an actual interesting story progression for Dragon Ball. And we wouldn't have gotten the new Broly movie or Dragon Ball Superhero. So, thanks to Evolution, those movies exist. So, it's good it does exist in the Dragon Ball mythos. Yeah. So what happened was Akira Toriyama saw Dragon Ball Evolution and he was so offended by it and insulted that he's like, I'm gonna make a real Dragon Ball movie. And then he made Battle of Gods, and it like, because he's like, nobody likes this movie. I want to make a movie people actually like. So he made Battle of Gods, and people loved it because it was fucking really good. And they were basically like, well, you got to make another. And he's like, I don't know what else to write. And then they were just like, well, let's make a TV show. And then they made Dragon Ball Super because Dragon Ball Dragon Ball Battle of the Gods single-handedly resurrected the love for Dragon Ball, which thus created Dragon Ball Super, which thus created Dragon Ball becoming extremely lucrative again because Dragon Ball Z was very popular, but Dragon Ball Super is way more popular than Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball combined. Dragon Ball Super is insanely popular. And what's more popular than that, I think, is Dragon Ball Heroes, that card game. I think the card game is more popular than Super. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, the guy who directed Dragon Ball Evolution, he didn't know anything about Dragon Ball. He just knows, oh, they collect these Dragon Balls, and then there's like that evil guy, Piccolo, and then there's Master Roshi, and okay, I think I know what to do. Make Goku a cool, suave high schooler, even though he was like a fucking like a little monkey boy in the mountains, and he was a kid. It's just bizarre. Character's really cool. Thank you. What he's doing right here is he's basically double jumping, and if you hold the double jump, if you hold the jump button, you go into a glide. So he's double jumping and gliding. That's what he's doing. And the transition has to make sense, so I got to make it flow right. Yeah, Brawly's origin story. I was talking to Dave about this. It's so fucking stupid and contrived. How the fuck does Brawly know who Kakarot is? Because he's like, ugh, Kakarot! Like, how does he know who Kakarot is when Goku was sent off to fucking Earth to die during that time with like the whole like pod cell babies and shit? How does he know who Goku is during that whole fucking thing? Because all he did was cry, and I guess that's like what set him off. If anything, his dad would have been like, you need to hate Vegeta, because he's the reason we're on this planet, or whatever. We were banished by Vegeta and his dad. It would have made more sense for him to hate Vegeta than Goku, because he wouldn't even know who fucking Goku is. Or Kakarot. No, his dad would have hated Vegeta, and because they were on planet Vegeta, and they were banned, remember? They were kicked off the planet. So he would have hated him because he's like, you were better than his son. You were better than Vegeta. We were banned because you were better. But that was never... that's the problem. And that's so simple to understand if you have a brain. I actually think all the Brawly movies are bad. Brawly 1 through 3... the entire thing. I'm not talking about the remake, the new one. I like the new one because his character is good now. But back then, aside from his design, it was completely stupid. That whole trilogy of movies is crap. And to end with Bio Brawly is like a bow on top of a waste of time. Sixth Sense? But even if it's Sixth Sense, how would he know who Goku is? He was an infant. He wouldn't have Sixth Sense about someone naming a character? He's not a genius. I think the concept of Brawly is cool. He's like this, like, Ultra Saiyan who can't control his powers. But it's just so bad. Like, execution is just horrible. I'm sorry if it's your childhood movie, but it sucks. the Broly trilogy is terrible. No. Dave, like me, the thing is, I like the idea of old Broly, and I like Broly's old design. Well, he was the legendary Super Saiyan because he was Super Saiyan before anybody else besides the original legendary Super Saiyan. let's just say there's a reason why the Broly movie is a super contingent movie. Completely justified reason, I might add. I mean, I don't like the bastardization they did with Bardock in the new Broly movie. I think it sucked. I think it was pretty dumb that they made him out to be like, you know, the original Bardock movie was so much better than the contrived like story that Akira Toriyama retold, which is just confusing because it's just like a more shitty version of Superman, like come to be on Earth story, Dragon Ball Zero or whatever the hell you want to call it. The thing is, Bardock was not written originally by Akira Toriyama. It was written by somebody else. But Akira Toriyama liked the Bardock story so much that he basically said it was like, yeah, that's the Bardock story. But later on, he's like, oh no, this is the story of Bardock when he did the new Brawly movie. And it's like, what are you talking about? No, it isn't. No one will accept the original. No one will accept your telling when you had such a good telling of the original Bardock story. Where, like, yeah, the Saiyans were all ruthless assholes who did what their overlord said until the very end when they realized that they were tricked and that Bardock finally, towards the end, realized that, you know, like, his son will do more than what he thinks. It's just like, it was to tell that story over the story that they did in the new movie where he's like running around saying, waving it to a bunch of people, like mowing their lawn, like, hey there, Saiyan friend. It's like, what the fuck is this? What is this? The Saiyans aren't good people. They're horrible people. That was the point. They're not nice. They fucking conquer planets and murder people for money. They're a bunch of cavemen with space technology. It was just really awkward, okay? That's all. I mean, I like Gine. I'm glad Gine was a part of the series because she's cute, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, Bardock didn't give a shit that his son was born. He was like, my son's a weakling. Meant nothing to him. The new... Okay, the new Dragon Ball story, Dragon Ball Super Superhero was really good. I love the writing. It wasn't really like a traditional superhero where there wasn't like insane fights. It was kind of just a good, fun written story that focused on like Piccolo and Gohan. And I like that because I feel like Piccolo and Gohan have been shafted for so long. It was nice to see a new story with them. And the animation I thought I would hate, but it grew on me, you know? And that seems to be the case with a lot of things, right? Like I saw Elemental and I thought I would hate the water guy, and I did it first. I'm like, man, this Wade guy sucks. He's so annoying. But he grows on you because he's not always annoying. Like, they kind of like lower him down a little bit. They make him a little more reserved. He used to be like really obnoxious in that movie, but he gets better. Do you feel the same about his motivation to protect Granola in the Planet Serial arc of Super? I gotta be honest, guys, I did not. I stopped caring about Granola almost at the very start. And then I saw the ending because I was like, maybe I'll give it a chance. And then the ending was like almost like a speedrun version on how to end a comic, and I'm like, all right, I'm done. Not reading this. I'm not even gonna give it a chance. I'm done. The thing about Elemental was it's not a bad movie. It's a well-made movie. It's just it's got plot holes and it's contrived. But for a love story, it's cute. And I do think there are some legitimate cute moments. I think it's a good movie to bring your kids to because it's colorful and it's not fucking. You know how they made such a big deal about, oh, it's another fucking woke movie. This is a woke movie with like the non-binary water character. Well, guess what? She's not sitting there with a fucking sign, or they aren't sitting there with a fucking sign, being like, look at me, look, I'm the most important character. Look at me, look at me. They don't even you don't even fucking see them in the movie. Like you see them, yes, they're at the table eating, but it's not really like a fucking detail. It's just like this is my sibling, and then that's it. And then they move on. But everyone else in the fucking world media is acting like, this is the reason not to see the fucking movie. It's not even there's like 1 second of the movie. It's so stupid. It's just a fine, basic movie. I do think, like, the marketing was horrible because the movie was about, like, fucking immigrants coming to America and trying to live in prejudice. That's what the fucking movie was. It was like Romeo and Juliet with immigrants and prejudice. Take with that as you will. Dalton, I'm talking about Elemental. Wings, jump, glide. I think that whole movie was blown out of proportions of just how fucking like horrible of a movie it was. It's just like a safe children's movie. It wasn't even like that bad. Do they at least slap hams? I don't even know what that means. Again, I don't think Elemental is going to flop. I think it had a horrible opening weekend, but I think it's going to break even. I really don't think Elemental will flop. I think I think it'll be fine. I think Indiana Jones is gonna flop. Oh yes, Indiana Jones is going to shit the bed. Absolutely going to flop. There is no fucking way or Indiana Jones is going to pass. Mission Impossible comes out in like 3 days. It's fucked. There is no way it can. It is gonna freeze, and then Oppenheimer will absolutely obliterate it, and then Barbie, it's gonna be gone. Indiana Jones and Haunted Mansion are both going to flop. Indiana Jones will freeze, and Haunted Mansion will get no views or attention. And during all of that, I think Elemental will still be making money because it's a colorful kids movie. When you look at it, it's a kids movie. They do mention Hanky. There is a part. There is a fucking part at the end where the little fire mom. She was really cute, by the way. Ember's mom. I actually thought she was really nice. I thought I was gonna hate the mom, but I thought the dad character was weak. He should have been like really worked on. There, the dad character was probably the most important character, and they did jack shit with him. He was very underdeveloped. But the mom character went through an actual arc, and she was very cute. But at the very end, yes, she's like, should I come back? He's like, no, don't come back. And then the mom's like, yes, we are going to have many hanky panky, and then they all laugh. That's real. That's a real line, by the way. Actually, they don't laugh. I think Ember like cringes. Yeah, Mario movie was super average. You ready for this hot take? I would rather watch Elemental again than watch the Mario movie because I really don't like the story of the Mario movie. I thought it was really boring. I could just watch scenes. I was like really I know this sounds really cringy, but I was really enchanted by Elemental's art. It was very fun to watch Ember move around and watch the fire constantly and like the water undulate and all the only elements that were stupid were the wood guys. The wood and rock people sucked. They were crap. I'm going to be honest. I did not like Claude and like the rock people. They were fucking ugly. But the fire and water people were really well designed and they were aesthetically pleasing. But the rocks and the cloud people weren't too bad, but yeah, Claude is a tryhard. He sucks. They tried way too hard to make Claude interesting, and he is a crap character with no redeeming qualities. Sorry, he sucks. How did you like the Spider-Man movie? I like the Spider-Man movie, but I'll say I was very disappointed with the ending because, unlike everyone in the world, I didn't know it was a part one because I stopped watching trailers after the first trailer. So it was fun to watch. Like, I didn't see anything about Spider-Verse. I completely cleared it off my feed, so I did not know it was a part one movie. So when I found out it was part one of part two, I was deeply disappointed with the ending. The ending is horrendously paced. Like, all these characters show up that had no build up, and then it's just like, all right, get ready for part two. And it's like, what in the shit? That was horrible. You ended it at peak. I will say it feels like a comic book movie because it ended when I'd be like, what happens in the next issue? I guess I gotta wait for the next issue. No, part two is not coming out till what, like the 26th? Which is like good, I guess. Take your time. It's a really well made movie that's beautiful to look at, but it's a long time. The original Sonic OVA is great. I love the Sonic OVA. Very quotable. I love Sonic's voice. The Sonic movie, I think half of it is good and the other half is horrendous. I think Rachel's Wedding ruined that movie for me. There better not be a Rachel's Wedding moment in fucking the third one, or I'm gonna end everyone. Did I like the first or second movie? I think the second movie was more of a Sonic movie, but I hated the human sections in the second movie. I hated them. I hated all of them. They were all bad. I hated the dancing, the Rachel's wedding, all the stupid bullshit behind the scenes. I loved all the Sonic stuff. I loved the Labyrinth Zone, the ice cap shit. All that stuff was cool. That was fun. It was fun watching a Sonic movie that had fun Sonic references. But all the live action stuff was so weighted down in that movie. And there is a lot of it, honestly. Yeah, there needs to be less human stuff. And you know what? Shadow needs to like literally fucking destroy buildings and kill people. He needs to blow up cars with his chaos control and like be snarky about it and be like super evil. Yeah, he needs like pathetic humans and then he just blows them all up with chaos control. But he blows them up, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like he levels an entire city, but you know the people are dead. It's just like you don't see dead people. You know what I'm saying? That would be sick. Like make Shadow like a super big threat. You don't feel the consequences? No, you do. You level an entire city, you feel the consequences. I mean, that's what happened in fucking My Hero Academia. It's not like you looked at that, you're like, oh, this doesn't have any impact. It's like, it absolutely does. Yeah, I want to see. I want that to be like the filter change for like the tone of the movie. But they won't do that. Or maybe they will, I don't know. You stop thinking of good ideas. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. It would be nice. Okay, I will be honest. It would be nice if they referenced Maria in the sequel, and they also referenced how like Black Arms because Fowler worked on the cutscenes of Shadow the Hedgehog, so he's familiar with the source material. And if they actually had like Black Arms and like Gerald Robotnik and Maria in the movie, that would be fucking really sick. They could at least do that. They could at least have Maria and Gerald. Yeah, no, Fowler, if you look it up, Jason Fowler, whatever his name is, he worked in the Shadow because he was a part of the Blue Sky stuff, or whatever it's called. They did the. I think Jason Fowler did the animations for. You're not even going to believe this. The CGI cutscenes for Sonic 06 and Shadow the Hedgehog. That's true. Because the cutscenes are really good in Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah, that's real. So, I mean, there's a very high chance that that shit will be in there. You think Chaos might appear in the final? I do think Chaos might appear. I have a feeling the third movie is going to be about Shadow coming out and like kind of like being evil and destroying a city, but then they team up with him, Knuckles, and Sonic and Tails or whatever, and Sonic and Shadow both become super and defeat Chaos. That's what I think. I think Shadow might get opened early. My prediction, here's my prediction. It's probably too like headcanon-y, but I think Chaos will be awakened dormantly, and the awakening of Chaos will also wake up Shadow, which Shadow being woken up from Chaos will cause like, Shadow will just start attacking people because he's warped, he's corrupted, and then they will kind of like fix him, and he'll get his memories back about Maria and stuff, but then you'll find out about Chaos was the reason why Shadow was awoken. So you'll get like bits and pieces of Shadow where like they'll talk about how like, oh, the water pressure's gone in the city. We're running out. There's no water in the city. Like Tom won't be able to use the water. They'll explain like the lakes are drying up. And they're like, what the fuck is going on? And then you'll find out that Chaos. And they need to collect the emeralds. And they'll team up with Robotnik to get the emeralds. FNAF movie trailer thoughts? The thing about the FNAF movie is it looks like a very cheap movie, but I kind of like that. I kind of like that there's such little amounts of CGI, and it's like people in outfits and animatronics that it looks like it's gonna be like fun to just watch. Because so much fucking movies now are just bloated CGI that are uninteresting to me. I'm not interested in CGI now that's like turned up to fucking 11. It's ugly. I want to see movies again that have practical stuff. So seeing the FNAF movie will be nice, and it'll also probably be Blumhouse's most popular movie ever. It's 100% going to put them on the map as far as that stuff goes. I already know that the FNAF movie will make gangbusters. I don't know if it'll make like a fresh score. It might, you know. It's just the FNAF story is already kind of contrived, so they have to make it make sense so it's not too dumb. I wonder if they'll do an unrated version where the theatrical version will have like no blood, like Megan did, and then the unrated version will be like really violent, that excluded scenes that you wouldn't normally see. What's up, femboys? Yeah, I'm back at it again. I'm streaming. I think the FNAF movie will be good, though. Jeff doesn't give a fuck about the FNAF movie or the FNAF lore. Me and Dave do. Jeff doesn't. Who's the purple guy? It's Matthew Lillard. How would I rank all the FNAF games? That's a good question. I think FNAF 1 is probably the best because it's like the solid foundation for the game. And then I would say FNAF 2 is definitely a good follow-up. And then after FNAF 2, it would probably be Sister Location, because it like changed the game up enough and it like introduced enough stuff that made it fun. And then it would probably be um, FNAF 4, Pizzeria Simulator, Help Wanted, because Help Wanted introduced like all the games and a bunch of aesthetic. FNAF 3 after that. I have to put FNAF 3 there just because, but if we're talking about gameplay, FNAF 3 is the weakest. And then Security Breach, because Security Breach is the biggest departure from FNAF. Oh, and Ultimate Custom Night would definitely be before FNAF 3. The only benefit of FNAF 3 ever held was the minigame cutscenes and like the story resignation or whatever. Like, other than that, I would say, yeah, the best games are like the ones. Hell, I would put fucking FNAF World before FNAF 3 and Ultimate Custom Night. I'm honestly surprised that he took FNAF World off of Steam and just. I, it's like, dude, just release this game. Just put it on fucking Steam. I don't want to go to Game Jolt. Put it on. The place would have to be like clean from top to bottom and like have no pets in it for like a day in order for him to actually be able to go there. That's just the situation, unfortunately. I'm not allergic to pets, so it doesn't bother me. But I mean, it's a lot of cat stuff. Like, thanks for playing Sly Cooper. I'm playing Sly Cooper. I've never played Sly Cooper. What is my ideal McDonald's order? I like 2 double cheeseburger in a medium fry and no drink. That's what I get every time. No, because I have my own drinks. I usually drink like seltzer water and or coffee. Because I don't like drinking soda. You get me and Adam mixed up, so does everyone else, don't worry. I can understand that. Yeah, I don't like soda. Soda makes me sick. I can't drink soda. So I drink seltzer. You know what the worst soda in the world is? And I'm sorry if I'm going to shit on your favorite soda. Mountain Dew is the worst soda ever made, ever conceived. If you look at the back of Mountain Dew and you look at the sugar consumption, it's literally 150% sugar. It is the worst thing you can ever drink. Mountain Dew is horrible. You should not drink Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is so bad for you. It is like they have this like punch, like the pink Mountain Dew, and it's like 75% sugar plus an additional. It's like 75 grams of sugar plus an additional 75 grams of sugar in one bottle of Mountain Dew, and it is 150% sugar. It is so bad for you. You should not drink Mountain Dew anymore. This is my endorsement. Drink better soda. Don't drink Mountain Dew. Don't even drink Diet Mountain Dew. Just don't respect it. Mountain Dew is crap. We need to grow beyond Mountain Dew. It is. I used to have a friend who didn't drink water and he only drank Mountain Dew, and it was like fucking disgusting because he had like 3 giant things of Mountain Dew around him all the time, and he was always drinking like warm Mountain Dew. And I'm like, dude, I need some water. He's like, we got some brisk and lemonade, and I'm like, I'm gonna puke. It's like, it's fucking muggy and hot in here, and all I can drink is warm Mountain Dew, and your fucking water faucet doesn't work. It's like, how do you live? It absolutely obliterated his teeth. It was fucking disgusting. I eventually just went outside, sucked it up, and drank out of his fucking garden hose just so I could drink some damn water. Okay, I probably had a parasite in my stomach at that point, but I needed water. I wasn't gonna drink brisk or lemonade, especially after I just got done drinking alcohol. So I was super fucking like, I needed water really bad. He had a sink. It's just his water was like barely running. He didn't have any pressure. It was gross. I stopped hanging out with him because like I'm like, dude, you're gonna give me an ulcer. An ulcer. I saw another guy do the same thing and he drank water and he was throwing up. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't very good, but it was the best I could do. I've never had Prime, but I mean, Prime, it boggles my mind that Prime Energy was ever this thing because it's fucking everywhere. I'm sure it just tastes like generic, like, energy drink. I can't imagine it being too interesting. Jake Paul is a professional scammer, so... Tastes like sugar water. So it's just like Gatorade. I don't really like energy drinks, to be honest. But I will say that I've been drinking 5-hour energy um, around the afternoon when I don't feel like having coffee. Like, I'm trying to cut back on my coffee, so I'll drink like a grande size Starbucks coffee, and then instead of going out and buying another one, I'll just have like a 5-hour energy. And those usually last for like, I guess 5 hours. I don't think they last for like 2 hours for me. But I'll rather drink that than an entire thing of fucking energy stuff. I am trying to stream more. Well, I'm trying to stream game stuff. I don't know if people want to watch me play games. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to stream game development stuff. I don't know if people want me to stream video games. I don't know how interesting that is. Damn it, what the fuck? I've started streaming more because I'm not on Twitter anymore. I stopped using Twitter. Man, holy shit. It's so funny. I stopped using Twitter. I'm not saying this is because I stopped using Twitter, but the second I stopped using Twitter, Facebook comes out with threads and absolutely just fucking takes half the traffic on Twitter. And Elon, who is a fucking complete fool, is in panic mode, and he tries to like sue the law firm who made him get Twitter to begin with. He's like, "You made me buy Twitter. You fucked me over. This is your fault. This isn't my fault. This is your fault." And it's like, dude, you were the one who was boasting about owning Twitter for like 6 months. That's on you, man. So honestly, Twitter might, I mean, it might stick around, but it'll probably be, stuff might start popping up and people might actually start moving. Yeah, Elon is a fucking idiot, and I'm glad I'm not on Twitter anymore. Twitter, the whole limitation makes no sense. Wait, what? I'm waiting on Blue Sky. What is happening? Oh, okay. I'm waiting on Blue Sky. A buddy of mine goes on Blue Sky and he loves it. Really? I mean, I think Blue Sky will probably right now isn't Blue Sky invite only, so people aren't really like super invested in it. I think once it stops becoming invite only, it'll definitely improve. Jimmy Kimmel Cribble fight. God, why am I struggling so much with these pesticles? This breasticus. This is funky. How are things? Things are good. Just doing game design stuff. By the way, these bodies are going to be replaced. I'm just roughing it out for now. So what this animation is, in case you guys don't know, is this is a character in the game, Jason, and he does a double jump here. And when you do a double jump, you use your wings to pop yourself up, and then he does a glide like that. Corey, before you left Twitter, did you see Shadow Wizard money? I did not. I'm telling you right now, I left Twitter the same day the limitations popped up. I was just like, fuck this. I don't even care. It was the same day where it was like eventually brought to like, I don't know. He kept raising the bar. But I was already done, to be honest. Thank you, SM0015. It's good, Brian. How are you, man? Are you also in the process of development still? So I know you've been working on your game for a while as well. How's Omen? Game development fucking takes forever, doesn't it? Game development sucks, but it's rewarding. If that means anything to anybody, game development is definitely rewarding. It just takes a lot. It's on hiatus. Oh man, that's okay. I can't put Nightmare Cops on hiatus. We gotta get it done. This has been on development forever.
Maybe after this, get some coffee or something.
I'm sorry. I'm
Have I played D&D? No, I've never played Dungeons and Dragons.
Sure.
Any rough idea?
Why not?
Nightmare Cops will probably... Okay, I think it's... Well, it's being developed on Xbox One, which will probably be redeveloped on Series X, and it's also coming to Steam, so it'll be on PC, and I think it'll be dropped on... It might be dropped on Xbox first, and then Steam. But I kind of want to do something special for the Xbox One, where if we do drop it on Xbox, I want like unique stuff for the Xbox, so it feels like it's worth getting both of them. Do you remember when Shovel Knight had like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like DLC? I wouldn't want the same thing, but like something kind of similar where it's worth having both of them for that. If they don't drop the same. I mean, High Five Rush, that was an Xbox game. I'm sure that'll eventually be released on other consoles, but it was a PC and Xbox game technically, so it'll probably be the same vein as that. And I don't know if this is true, you don't quote me on this, but wasn't Silksong being developed for PC and Xbox as well? Like it was the whole Xbox sort of thing? I want Nightmare Cops to be on the Switch. I do. I want it to also be on the Switch, but I feel like that's going to take another year of development. And if we do it on the Switch, I want to have Switch exclusive stuff as well. Because I think the game could work on the Switch pretty easily. Oh yeah, the the Switch is definitely going to have a successor. But all the Switch is just going to, the Switch 2 is just going to be the Switch 1, just better, bigger and better. And that, I mean that's all that's all anybody really wants. Nobody really wants like the next evolution. They just want a sequel to the console so stuff stops running like shit. That's what I want. I want a new Switch that has OLED from the start and just runs better. I don't care. Honestly, like I think the Switch is the best when it's undocked, and I don't really give a fuck. I just want a Switch that fucking runs good. I want to be able to play a game in, believe it or not, 60 FPS, okay? If you can make a game in 60 FPS and it's the exact same as a Switch, then you'll have a winner. No new gimmicks. No new gimmicks. And I think even Nintendo knows that. Nintendo's like, alright, we can't fuck this up. We already succeeded with the Switch. Let's just make the Switch 2 with minimal differences, but just more power and a better screen and like features in that regard. And oh, while you're at it, I'm gonna scream for this, you guys. How about you fix your fucking marketplace because your store is a laggy piece of shit? So while you're in the process of making the Switch 2, I don't know, maybe go back to the fucking infrastructure of your crap online store system and stop making it a laggy mess for everybody who uses the Switch. I tried looking for a game yesterday because I just got a new SD card for my Switch Lite, and I'm like, I want to play a game. I couldn't even find anything. There's like there's like orange, white, and blue. Those are your two colors. That's it. It can't be that hard to make something. The Switch, the Wii back in the day didn't even have a laggy menu. How is the Switch infrastructure that bad for a store that it lags that bad? Okay, somebody better go to the person and smack the ever-loving shit out of them when they release Switch 2. Because if the Switch has a laggy store, I will go to their headquarters and beat the fuck out of them. Anyways. God damn it, it's so annoying. It's like you get rid of the virtual system, okay, which is dumb to begin with, because they don't update the Super Nintendo games at all. The Sega selections of games is fucking embarrassing, and then you have a laggy store system to believe it. Luckily, they do have good games, more than the PS5, that's for sure. So you can put it up, but I cannot put up with how laggy and shitty the browsing store menu is. Yeah, oh my god, the UI is brain dead. How did the 3DS, a console that came out almost a decade ago, have a better store navigation system than the fucking Switch, which is way more power than the 3DS? Like, are you insane? Like, what is happening? What is happening? If I want to look for a game on the Switch, I have to use Google and search for lists of games, look at them, and then be like, oh, do I want that? And then I can buy them on the Switch when I manually search for them. Good luck searching for them in the actual store, because you're not going to find them. Jesus, man. Criminy fucking Christmas. Oh, I know. I know all about the 3DS, like, piracy stuff. Like, Nintendo... honestly, I don't get it. I don't get it because if Nintendo would literally just release old fucking games, they want to convince the world that there has only been 20 Super Nintendo games and there has never been more. There is plenty of Nintendo games. They need to fucking release them. Just put them on the thing that we're supposed to be paying for. Why is there such a lack of Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and Nintendo games, and N64 games? Why? Why is there such a lack? Put more on there. If people are paying $40 for your fucking overpriced online peer-to-peer service, put more fucking games on your N64 emulator. What is wrong with you? I don't even have the Super Nintendo N64 NES thing anymore because I don't even want it. It just lags. I don't even care. Looking for games is like a pain in the ass, and it's like there's nothing anyways. I'm gonna lose my fucking voice. Nintendo is gonna make me lose my mind. I will pay. I miss the virtual console. I'm just gonna say it. I miss the virtual console. I don't give a shit about this dumbass emulation pay for streaming services because I would have cared, but they've already proven that they don't care because they don't update it. They release like one game at a time and it's like fucking golf or like some other game nobody's gonna play. And it's like, well, if you don't care, then why should I care? Oh yeah, 3DS was king shit. I love the 3DS. It's unfortunate that it got closed down, but it was a damn good console. And I like the Switch. Don't get me wrong. I like the Switch. There's a lot of options on the Switch. I love the Switch Lite. The Switch Lite is my favorite thing. Okay, you have these cute little controllers and it's like a big ass screen. It's perfect. I love the Switch Lite. But I don't like the anti-consumer stuff that I'm talking about with like no games. Nintendo and Sega have one of the most lucrative games systems ever. It has so many games that people love that are just chomping at the bits to play. and you just can't play them. Man, if Steam, if they had their own Steam style thing for their games, oh, I mean, it would be game over in a lot of regards. Imagine something like Emulator Zone or Emulator Paradise, where it's like Nintendo just has all these N64 games. They have like Switch games, Wii games, GameCube games, Super Nintendo, NES, Virtual Boy, all these games. Game Boy games, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy DS, Game Boy 3DS, all these games just readily available. And Nintendo was just like, go ahead, pay your subscription fee, and you can play all this. If I had to pay $40 for all that, for the convenience, $40 for the convenience, yes, I would pay $40 for the convenience to play all those games. I am not paying $40 for 4 games on the N64, 10 games on the NES, 20 games on the Super Nintendo, and like 8.5 on the Sega. You can go fuck yourself. I'm not one of these, like, I don't know, like, fucking people who just, like, suck the dick of Nintendo and they're like, oh, Nintendo, you can do no wrong. Because it's like, no, you guys make egregious DLC. You guys are anti-consumer when it comes to, like, other stuff. It's just like, yeah, you know, you have great games. The Switch is a good system. But there's some clear problems with the Switch. And I really hope they get addressed in the sequel, Switch 2.0. I mean, there's some red tape, but guys, come on. There's actual there's Mario games that Nintendo owns that they're not even uploading on the N64. Like, they don't have all the Super Nintendo games on the Super Nintendo that Nintendo own. They own them. These games, like, I could understand third party, like Capcom and stuff. Treasure. Maybe there's some problem with Treasure, Capcom, all those. I get that. Konami, sure. But there is no excuse for literal own Nintendo games that are owned by Nintendo. No excuse. They haven't even, oh my, they haven't even released Mario Galaxy 2. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, you have Mario Galaxy 1, but you don't have Mario Galaxy 2? Mario Galaxy 2 is better than Mario Galaxy 1. It blows my mind, man. It seriously does. It flabbergasted me. I'm done talking about Nintendo. No more. No more Nintendo. No more! Yeah, I love the developers of Nintendo. I hate the suits that run it. That's the perfect way to put it. Nintendo produces some of the best games, and you know there's quality. Pikmin 4 looks like an amazing game. But the suits behind it, who are running the Switch in, like, the stores and stuff, they're the ones that all my ire is dished to. They're the ones who are making the vapid decisions. The developers are just making games. That's exactly what it is, Beanlight. That's what it is for everybody. Like, everyone's a Nintendo fan. They just don't like what Nintendo's become. I am. I'm streaming. No, yeah, like, there is no perfect company. All the companies are bad. Some companies improve. You know, Capcom, they're improving. Yeah, they make missteps. Stupid decisions sometimes. The decision they did for Resident Evil 4 with the fucking awful DLC microtransactions, that wasn't needed. That was a dumb decision made by the higher ups. But I mean, they're making good games. I mean, even EA, as shitty as EA, is doing more. I'll be honest though, I do not like Ubisoft. I think Ubisoft sucks. Just gonna put that out there. Ubisoft is crap. You know, I used to like them, but they've really just become like, I do not give a shit about Assassin's Creed, and half of their games are just crap. Like, I do not care. Square Enix is another one where they make a good game once in a while, but Square Enix sucks. Like, they mostly suck. And Bandai Namco are also a bunch of egregious assholes who are horrible when it comes to DLC and season passes. Like, they can suck it too. They're gonna absolutely ruin Dragon Ball Budokai. The new Budokai Tenkaichi game that comes out is gonna be barred with season passes and DLC. They're gonna do exactly what they did with Xenoverse 2 and ruin it. I'm talking about Square Enix as a whole. The company, not the people making the games. I just mean Square Enix in general. Like, yeah, you can't really go wrong with Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy is like Square Enix's biggest game. That's just like fact. Dude, I do not. Overwatch 2, I'm sorry, but people should really stop playing Overwatch 2. They should stop giving them the money. I know developers are working on it, and I feel bad for the people who are forced to work on it, but if you want Overwatch 2 to like show improvements, then stop giving them money and buying their skins. I mean, it kind of worked for like Call of Duty for a little bit. Remember when Call of Duty released three that one glitchy piece of shit, or maybe it was Battlefield, I don't remember, but everyone barred it, and they were like, maybe we're not going to release a Call of Duty game every year because it made horrible sales. Like, if people don't buy these games, then they won't keep making like piece of shit games. Will Kingdom Hearts 4 be any good? If Disney, oh my god, well it's Disney. Oh no, it's Disney. I mean the Final Fantasy story might, but Disney's gonna make it horrible. I'll be honest, I stopped playing Overwatch. The the first game Hold on. Let me clear my throat. I stopped playing Overwatch right after Junker's Revenge, the Halloween update. Literally a month after that, I was like, I'm bored with this game, and I just stopped playing it. And then I came back like 3 years later and played with my girlfriend, and it took me like 20 minutes to start a game. And then when I started, I got kicked out because I wasn't the right class. And I'm like, all right, well, I don't want to play this game anymore. I just stopped playing it. And that was the last time I played Overwatch. So that's my review of Overwatch. I played it for about 4 years until or 4 months until Junker's Revenge came out, and then I stopped playing it. Treasure Planet level, huh? That's interesting. You're gonna have Toy Story in it? Toy Story 4? Are they gonna have Wally in this one? I've summed up Overwatch 2. I mean, I also just think the characters are bland. Like, Overwatch 1 had such good starting. Those 10 characters were so fun, and then they kept adding more and more, and they got boring and boring. And then you look at the new characters in Overwatch 2, and it's like they're just like they're fitting their diversity quota. And not only that, they're just bland. Like they're uninteresting. Back then, you could look at a silhouette of an Overwatch character and be like, "Oh, that's Reinhardt, that's Mei, that's Zenyatta." And then you look at it now, and you're like, "Who the fuck is that?" And it's like, "Oh, it's this new black chick with white hair." It's like, "Who the fuck is that?" It's like, "Oh, it's female Junkrat." It's like, well, "Who the hell is that?" It's like, "Oh, it's a girl with a cowboy hat." You know, it's like fucking dumb. Same with like the guys. All the guy characters are just really generic looking. I joked about it at the time, but the one with like the ninja girl, the Naruto ninja girl, I forget her name. She's the only one who's had actual any like effort put into her. They would like introduce these characters like the new guy who came in, the I don't know. I think they called it, maybe he was gay or non-binary, I don't know, but they put them in, and they were just like they use like pink flowers to lift you up and heal, and it's just like, well, where's their story? Yeah, at least you tried to do a story with the Naruto girl. I don't know. Just lazy. Pansexual? Is that what he is? Okay. So they're not non-binary. Okay. Pansexual? Okay. Wow, good job, Overwatch. I just love every time they announce a new thing with Overwatch. There's like they're covering up some news. Like they fuck up, so they have to announce something with Overwatch to cover up their thing. But it's like people have caught on because they've done it so much. It's like Disney doing bait and switch. Like everybody knows what they're gonna do, so they just like lost interest. Yeah, it's like you guys are fucking jokes in the gaming sphere. Jason, jump, glide, leg 2A. Guys, I'm being very negative. I need to stop being so negative. They have 20 new characters ready to go for the next scandal. I mean, I would like these characters. Like, don't get me wrong. The whole Junkrat Queen, right? Like, her story's whatever, but it's like they could do more. They could do more with these characters. They could expand the lore of these. They could do more than one introduction story, right? Like, they could do more, and it would make them interesting. That's all I'm asking for. I'm just asking for more. Is there so much to ask for more for a free game? What are 5 things I'm thankful for? My position in life to be able to develop a game. Um, I'm thankful for uh, having a roof over my head. I'm thankful for where I live. I'm thankful for my relationship with my girlfriend. And I'm thankful for the people I know, my friends. I don't know. Very basic milk toast answer, but that's what you get. I mean, TF2 is way better. That goes without saying. TF2 is hallmark game. I don't play it anymore, but back in the day, oh, I love TF2. 1,000, so many hours in that game. TF2 was like monumentally good. I don't think anything could beat TF2. Even after the dust settled and Overwatch exists, TF2 is still like more people are playing TF2, so there you go. Rightfully so. TF2, I haven't played TF2. Corey, after Nightmare Cops, if someone gave you a budget to make a porn game, what would it be about and how would it play? It would probably be something fun to be on Steam. It would probably be an RPG. Porn-based turn-based RPG would be fun. It'd be like sprites and stuff. I don't know. I wouldn't want it to be generic. I'd want it to be like interesting. Maybe I would make a Smash Girl game. Smash Girl RPG. Smash Girl and Captain Crash. I could totally do that. It wouldn't be with RPG Maker. I can tell you right now, it would not be RPG Maker. It wouldn't look like RPG Maker. It would look aesthetically different. So it would be unique in its own way as an RPG. I would make sure of that. It would not look like RPG Maker. RPG Makers are like a dime a dozen. Yes, you can make stuff like Lisa, but not everybody makes Lisa. Everybody makes like... There's a lot of porn games that are generic porn game RPG games, but I don't want to do that. You know, I'd want to make a cool porn game, a cool style game. I don't know if I'd want to make a beat 'em up, because that's pretty much what fucking Nightmare Cops is. You know, I sit here and design a game like this for like years of my life, and then I make another one. It's the same thing. I don't want to do that. I want to make an RPG. Because I love RPGs. And the thing is, too, I wouldn't want it. I would want it to be a 3D RPG with like 3D platforming and stuff. And like you would run into an enemy, and then you would go into like a battle with them. So I think that would be sick. Like a fully open world 3D game where you can like fly around and stuff. I don't know. I think there would be two versions too. It wouldn't be adult rated off the bat. There would be an unrated version that you can download. So there would be a patch you could get that you could download on a site to get like an adult version of it, but it would be M rated. So it would be very adult, but it would mostly just be M rated. So it wouldn't directly be a porn game unless you download the patch. What's up, Shatic Zero? Yeah, 3D porn platformer RPG. Think of like the new Dragon Quest. Be like that. You're not fucking everything in sight. It would it wouldn't be a porn game at first. You would download a patch that has porn elements in it. I think it would just be like a very adult RPG. Because I wouldn't want to sell something on the market that's A rated. I'd want to sell something on the market that's M rated. Do you watch Sonic Prime? No, I do not. Fortunately, I do not watch Sonic Prime. Nothing against it. I just have never. I watched the first few episodes of Prime, and I'm like, this is okay, but I get the TV show loop. You know what I mean? Like, you know what to expect, kind of each episode. So I wasn't too interested in the second season. I hope it's doing good. I hope people are watching it. I'm not really gonna watch it though. I just think Sonic Prime is kind of like a safe show that it's not bad, but it just doesn't really do much. You know what would make Prime interesting? If they made a game, you know? Imagine a spin-off of Prime. You could make a game with Prime. could totally make a game with Prime. They should make a game with Prime, and then I'll like be interested in it. But for the most part, I'm just kind of like, eh. I don't think it's bad. I just don't really care. There's going to be a season 3 of Konosuba? What? I didn't even know that. That's crazy. Absolutely, I love Konosuba. Konosuba is the best isekai available. When the hell is Konosuba season 3 coming out? Next year? Holy shit. I'm surprised Konosuba got a season 3, but it is like probably one of the most popular isekais ever. Like everybody knows Konosuba. I like the novels. Like I think the mangas are kind of like the art's a little weird unless they got a better artist. Konosuba is one of those weird things where the anime is actually somewhat better than the manga. And the vision, like the novel aspect of it, Konosuba novel, is better than the manga. Because the manga art's just kind of like, eh. It's like mediocre. Yeah, the light novels are way better than the manga. So if you want to see Konosuba, you kind of have to read it or watch the anime, which I would recommend because it's really funny. Yeah, compared to the anime, the manga's like fucking oof. It's just really generic. Which is sad because Konosuba has some of the best like facial expressions. Like, the people who are doing the Konosuba anime, like they nail the expressions. They're hilarious. What? Who? Are you talking about Aqua or this Darkness? Megume, Darkness, and Aqua. That's Watamote. I do, because it's good. Well, it's just good read too. I have never really watched the English dub. I watched the Japanese dub of Konosuba, and it's very, very, very good. Did you know they're making a DC isekai with Harley Quinn and fucking Joker? Harley Quinn looks cute in it, but it looks dumb. No, but she's also got an annoying Japanese accent. Because they're still trying to mimic it. I mean, that's what you expect with Harley Quinn. He looks like the Jared Leto Joker. Just weird. Did I see the new Hell of a Boss? No, I didn't. But I know what it is. That's the one with where what's his name? Fuck, is it? It's like the only real reason to watch it is to watch one of the characters in drag. I forget their name. But they're the one that Moxie, I think it's Moxie, right? Yeah, it's Moxie. They're the one that draws Moxie getting pegged. Like, they're catering to that, which I'm all for. You know what? I probably will draw it. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't drawn anything like that in a while, so I might actually draw something on my and post it on Twitter. But I gotta finish these 2 commissions before I can focus on that, and then I have to do something else. So I am a little busy, but I'll probably do something. I don't really want to pass up on that. No, it's not gluttony and and that whole thing. I heard about that, but unless it's the one Superman doing the Sailor Moon show. Are you talking about that new Superman show? Do you guys know the guy who does PP Doo Doo Shit Friends, the Super Fuck Friends animated that? The one who draws like the best porn? That guy's the animator for that. Or the lead director, animator, or whatever. You can tell. Yeah, it is. You didn't know? So that's probably why he made fucking Superman so fuckable, is for that reason alone. You can just tell his art style, like the way his aesthetic style is, it literally is the same. Yeah, Balak. Balak. The person who did Super Fuck Friends with, I mean, you would know what it is if you saw it. Yeah, everyone in the show is so fuckable, that's why. Guy's just doing what he does best, what's the big deal? Yeah, the Maxon guy. The person who did the girl with the red hair and the giant tits on the subway. He animated it. I mean, it looks whatever. I'm not a big fan. To be honest, I got in a huge argument with Adam about this, but I think Superman has been bastardized for so long that he just uninterests me. Like, I would like to be interested in Superman because the old Superman stuff is good, but Superman just sucks. Like, he sucks now. He's not good. I want to enjoy Superman, but I think he's been bastardized for too long that I'm just like, he is fucking boring. Like, I would love Superman to be interesting, but last time I cared about Superman was a Superman animated series. Way back in, like, Kids WB. I have not gave a fuck about Superman. Or, like, the Justice League back on, like, Cartoon Network. That was the last time I was like, oh yeah, Superman's cool. No, the thing is, all the media portrayal of Superman has just been so bad that I don't know what to think about Superman, right? Like, I want to like Superman. He's boring. But I really pissed Adam off talking about this stuff. Like, really bad. He was like, no, fuck you, Superman's awesome. Don't talk about Superman. He's my favorite superhero. How fucking dare you? You'll hear it in one of these episodes of Dark Souls on Oni Plays. I started ripping into Superman and he got really pissed off. It was the maddest I've probably heard Adam. But listen, I'm not saying I hate Superman. I'm just saying I hate how he's portrayed now. I hate the portrayal of Superman now. I think Superman could be redeemed. I just think he's been bastardized for so long. I just don't care about him. I mean, I'm looking forward to James Gunn's version of Superman. I might actually watch it because the person they got to play Superman, I think, is a good fit. And, I mean, I like Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I think James Gunn is good, and I think he'll do a good direction for Superman. You know, I don't mind if Superman's wholesome. He doesn't have to be dark and dreary. I want him to, like, I want stakes. You know what I mean? And not stupid stakes, real stakes. The thing about the animated Superman show was he was kind of brought down to like a practical level to make him likable. He wasn't always like, because Superman is overpowered to begin with, so you kind of have to bring him down, and that's what makes Superman likable. So if they do the same thing and they bring him to like a reasonable level, then I would like Superman. I feel the same way with, like, the Green Lantern. The Green Lantern got shafted for fucking ever, and I think the Green Lantern, like, could be interesting because of the whole world. There's an entire race of them with, like, the fucking ring and stuff. But they just never do anything. And they definitely... Well, I mean, James Gunn probably will now, but... What's up, the big double? Superman doesn't have to be good, okay? Superman just has to, like, you want him to be relatable, you know? Like, I don't want Superman to be evil, but, you know, sometimes you have to make hard decisions. Superman can't be everywhere at once. You know, if casualties happen, that's just a part of being a superhero. I remember this one movie I watched that was kind of funny. It was about this guy who was dating like a Supergirl, or he was dating like this. Oh God, what was it? I think he was dating a girl, and her boyfriend was Superman, and it was really funny. It might have been a show, and I remember really enjoying it because, like, it was silly. It might have been the exact opposite, where a guy was dating a girl. I can't remember. Yeah, she threw a shark into his bedroom. So I guess it's that. My ex-girlfriend's a superhero. I actually did like that. It was really goofy. I haven't watched the new Superman show. I'm not knocking it. I have never watched it. Maybe it's good. I mean, if Balak is fucking doing it, then it'll probably be fun to watch. He's an amazing animator. I'd probably ask Adam what he thinks of it, and he'd be like, "Dude, that stupid Superman show with the twink Superman, I didn't watch it because it looks dumb." Because he's got a very, like, he loves old, I mean, he loves Ultraman, so he has, like, a very old school taste. But if it was good, I mean, he'd probably like it. Adam loves, like, Superman from the 80s and, like, 70s. He told me to get this book called, like, Undefeatable or something like that. I don't know if it was called Undefeatable or Undefinable. I don't remember what it was called. But he said it was, like, the best he said if I didn't like Superman, getting that manga would make me, or getting that comic would absolutely make me like Superman. Is it Undefeatable? It's not Invincible. It's not Invincible. It's not Invincible! It's fucking, like, undefeatable. Let me see if I can find it. It was a one-word thing. I don't know if it was undefinable, undefeatable. I don't remember what it was called. It's not Invincible, you fools! I don't remember what it was called. I'll have to ask Adam. No way. I know how I can look it up. So I looked it up on eBay once. Is it Enviable? God damn it, what was this fucking comic called? You guys are just ending words with at ol at the end of it. That's not it. Here, I'm gonna go on eBay. Don't they have like a history or something? Irredeemable! Irredeemable! That's what it's called. It's called the Irredeemable Omnibus. Irredeemable. He said if I didn't like Superman, if I read the comic Irredeemable, I would like Superman. You guys just said a bunch of nonsense. Someone said redeemable. He was the one who was close. Everyone else was just saying undefeatable, unlikable, irrational. You guys get half credit. You guys just went to the thesaurus.com and looked up a bunch of words with emeable in them. Unequivocally, irredeemably, unabashedly. No, it's the new Superman show, like Superman and his friends or whatever in the super town or whatever. It's the new show on Adult Swim with Superman. There's 2 episodes out online if you want to watch it. I think Superman is literally like a bad guy. An irredeemable Superman is literally a bad guy. And he does horrible things. I should get it though. Adam told me to read it, and I said I would. He's like, please read it. Please read it. He said it because I was like so mean to him about Superman. He's like, if you read it, you'll like it. Yeah, I guess it is similar to Injustice, because the storyline of Injustice is Superman, like, Superman murders, like, Joker, and then turns the world into, like, you follow my rules or die. I didn't bully Adam. I just gaslit him a little. Injustice is such ginormous ass. I do listen. I'll be honest. I do not like Midway's fighting system for the old games. You're like punching like a fucking sandbag. Everyone's gravity is turned up to 100. Everything's so heavy. Yeah, Injustice 1 is horrible. It's also boring and redundant. I think NetherRealm. The problem for me is I haven't really cared about like Mortal Kombat. Like they have the new Mortal Kombat game come out. You know, fair enough. At least like some people like it, but I haven't cared about Mortal Kombat since Mortal Kombat 9. I did get Street Fighter 6. I do like Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6 is fun. I just haven't played it in a while because I've been really busy. But it is really good. Street Fighter 6 is really good, and the new drive system for Street Fighter 6 is sick. I think the only thing you can take away from Injustice is that at least it has an interesting story. Other than that, it's kind of whatever. In like the worst kind of way. Some characters in Injustice are just not fun to play at all. Yeah, the story is unique. I mean, it was unique for the time. At least it wasn't like redundant like so many others. That game came out like a decade ago. Or just about like 9 years. I don't doubt it's fun, but seeing the 2D art, what are we talking about? I think the direction for Street Fighter 6's art is fine. Like, at least they're doing something different. 5 was just boring, and then at least, like, 6 is trying to be closer to, like, 4. And I thought 4 was good. I actually played Street Fighter 4, believe it or not. I liked it. It was really fun. I think the bar for Street Fighter 6 has been lowered for people though. Like it's pretty much a game anybody could like play and not feel overwhelmed like Street Fighter 5 was. Street Fighter 4, I mean, yeah, probably. I it's hard to say. I don't think you can beat Alpha 3. I think the sprites from Alpha 3 will always be better in my opinion. Like 2 is fine, but Street Fighter Alpha 3 sprites are like the best. I'm sorry, but they just are. They're better than 2, in my opinion. Third Strike, similar. Yeah, Third Strike is similar. I like Third Strike. I just played Alpha 3 more, so I have a bias. I love Alpha 3. I had Super Alpha 3. Or maybe it was Super Third Strike. I don't remember. they're similar, honestly. Uh, Someone asked if I played Tekken. I played one No, I played back in the day. I played like Tekken 2 and 3, and I like Tekken 2 and 3 because I like the extra modes. I think I played Tekken 7 recently. Either Tekken 6 or Tekken 7, and I thought those were fun. But Tekken is hard. Well, I mean, Guilty Gear just... I mean, they've managed to master 3D sprite aesthetics. Arc Systems, all their stuff looks really good. But that's a given. You kind of expect that with Arc Systems. Guilty Gear isn't even Arc System, but best looking game. DNF, Grand Blue. Oh yeah, Grand Blue. Actually, the best fighting game graphics is Super Herd Battle, the My Little Pony fan game on Switch. Whew, can't beat that. Fighting herds, thank you. Them fighting herds. Am I serious? Of course I'm serious. I love the title too. It's funny. Kidding me? Fan characters of My Little Pony characters? It's so cool. Oh, what's up, Namicro for you? It's been a while, man. A very long time. Animation domination! Oh, fuck! It's stretching, Jesus! Oh, fuck! I'm like popping my back. I wonder how much of this stream is getting muted. Any VTubers I follow? I don't follow VTubers, unfortunately. I used to, but I kind of grew out of it. I'm not really interested in VTubers. I will say there's one VTuber I kind of like. They're like a goblin. They're pretty cute. I like their design. Something different. I'm not really a fan of VTuber stuff, though. Yum Yum Orange? Yeah, Yum Yum Orange is great. Yeah, I think it's Honey Goblin. I think her model's cute. Have there been any characters in Emercovs that you've drawn hentai of? I guess Chris, technically. I've drawn hentai of Chris. But I haven't drawn good hentai of Chris. feels weird to draw porn of characters that aren't even out yet, so I don't really draw stuff normally. Donkey, come on. You're trying too hard with that stuff, man. Yeah, I'm drawing Nightmare Cops all day, every day. I don't really want to draw smut of it. Oh, fucking, I'm starting to get hungry, guys. I don't know about you. All this drawing is draining my energy. Cordy, what do you think is a seriously underrated porn artist? A lot of them? I think if you're on Twitter, there's too many to count, to be honest. Furry, hentai, they're all like underrepresented with like Twitter's shitty algorithm.
In order not to offend or horrify those in the audience,
And that's just how it is, unfortunately.
the sound of a bell in a theater will warn you when to close your eyes or turn away, so that you may avoid witnessing certain scenes of an especially erotic or gruesome nature.
Sorry, I'm yawning. Yeah, good ones get shadow banned all the time. I want to know though, I'm not on Twitter anymore. And boy, howdy, does it feel great not to be on Twitter anymore. You feel like incognitoism has overtaken Pal Comics? What's that, Donkey? What's that, Donkey? Holy shit. Sorry, I'm yawning. You have to manually check your favorite porn artists? Yeah, I don't blame you. It's not like you can actually use the platform that they're on to view your porn artist favorites. Because the site sucks so much ass. Oh, my eyes. Probably hurt yours too. The fuck are you doing, you stupid thing? Stop it. Oh, you feel like Jab Comics has died, or Pal Comics have died. I do too. I mean, not to knock them, but their porn was kind of just generic, you know? Like, they just had like a generic Sonic style. BBM, BBF, like back in the day, they were like top tier. Like, everyone's like, hell yeah, BBM, BBF. But now, I mean, there's so much better options for like that stuff that you don't really need BBM, BBF. That might not be fair, but I don't know. I kind of moved past them pretty early on. It's just like they're using like generic filters for stuff. And then there's like people who actually understand how to make stuff look like ray tracing. And you're like, I'd rather watch that. Resident Evil and Overwatch animations. Thor, the Thunder God. This is stupid. There you go. Oh, hand's fucked. Oh, alright guys. I think I'm gonna call it. It's been about 3 hours. I will stream more frequently. I mean, I did all this animation today, which is just saying something, so I'll probably stream later. I'll probably eat something, lay down for a nap, and then start streaming maybe around like 6 or 7. So if you guys want to check in, I'll be there. Thanks for joining me. It was fun. See you guys later.